Welcome to the first podcast. My name is Colby Melling, and this is the podcast that we just go over some random tech stuff. So, first on our list is the GeForce RTX 3050. This card is one of the best cards, they say. It will help with the GPU shortage. That's awesome. Supposedly it's terrible with Bitcoin mining. I hope it is. Standard memory config is 8 gigabytes GDDR6. That's pretty good. This is a ray tracing card. It has the second generation ray tracing cores, and the tensor cores are third generation. This is VR ready, and NVIDIA NVLink, and it's SLI ready. I thought they quit that, but I guess not. This has a HDMI and 2 display ports. It supports multi-monitor, 4 monitors, I should say. This card runs $250, but I'm thinking about getting it, so I have to upgrade my power supply. It requires a 550 watt power supply. It is a PCLE 8-pin connector for the power. Yeah, this card is basically top of the line. Everyone's been talking about it, and the base clock is 1.55, and the boost clock is 1.78. That's pretty good. It has 2,560 CUDA cores. That's really good. Alright, that's probably all for that. It's coming out January 27th. This is pretty good. The requirement base is a Core i9-10900K, which, it's a good processor, but I run a better CPU than that. Low power ratings depend on our system configuration. So, the above specifications represent the GPU is uncorrupted, or whatever it is, NVIDIA Founders Edition or reference cards design. Clock speed apply while medium to full GPU utilization. Almost every graphics card producer can have that. This supports 4K 12-bit HDR at 240 Hz with DisplayPort 1.4a, and it supports 8K 12-bit HDR at 60 Hz with a DisplayPort 1.4a. The HDMI is 2.1 with dual DisplayPort. Yeah. So that's the GeForce RTX 3050. I'm planning to get one. So, let's talk about my PC specs. I run a AMD Ryzen. I think it was 4750X. And 32 gigs of RAM with 512 gigabyte SSD, and a 2 terabyte hard drive. I use a Asus Prime A520 M-K motherboard. This computer is built by CUK. I run a 500 watt power supply. It was a pre-built, so they limit the power. That's pretty much all. This computer has RGB. I really like it. I also like CUK. It's a good company. And yeah, it's a pretty good computer. AMD with their threadripper CPU, 64 cores for gaming. That's a lot, and I'll probably never need 64 cores. I run 8 cores. That's pretty good for me. My setup that I use a Skeptic monitor, 75 hertz, and my keyboard came with the computer. I use it on gaming mouse. I like it. It's pretty good. I use 2 monitors. So my Skeptic and my iPad. Now let's talk about that. It's called Desk Saver, I believe. No, Space Desk. And I use that to use as a secondary monitor. It is a server base, and it's not all that fast, but it's better than one monitor. Let's see here. I play VR. Okay, nothing special about that, but I use the Oculus Rift S, and I use my Turtle Beach Xbox headphones on it. It works just a-okay. The computer that I was using when my this computer failed on me is a HP. Something that my mom gave to me. It's a HP Pavilion Elite HPE 400Y PC. AMD Phantom 2 945 quad core. This had the ATI Radeon HD 5450 graphics card, 512 megabyte graphics card. That's pretty small. And then it had 8 gigabytes of DDR3 memory. It has now 16 gigabytes of DDR3. This had a terabyte hard drive. It didn't want to really cooperate. It would always have a drive failure or something. So I had an extra hard drive. It's a 500 gigabyte one. Works just fine. It has Windows 10 on it. This had Windows 7, but the other hard drive failed, so I don't use it. You got a CD burner and everything. This computer is pretty good. I like how the case is set up. I run a GT 730 on this. It's a 2 gigabyte one. Yeah, I got it this year. It's pretty good. And the power supply went bad, so I got a 650 watt bronze power supply. It's a little overkill. I had a 300 watt, but whatever. I did stream off of this. It was a challenge for this old beast, but yeah, it worked pretty good. I run quite a few fans in this because it gets hot. Originally, I only had 2 fans. That ain't good at all. Yeah, that's pretty much all. We greatly appreciate you watching. See you next time. Yeah. That's all. Alright. See you later.